Guys, what's up? David here. I'm making this little video as a reply or a response to one of our brothers' uh, requests. He requested some tips and tricks about going to his first powerlifting meet, how we or I dealt with it. So I wanna, instead of typing everything out, I'm just going to make a little video, and we're gonna see where it's gonna head to. I am gonna be looking up and down there a couple of times because I that's where my cheat sheets are. So I wrote some topics down to get it a bit more organized because I ramble a lot, and I don't want to um, confuse you guys and Colin more than it's already confusing, because it is quite a stressy period to be in, your first competition. So let's try to discuss this. Sorry I'm coming so close to you guys, because um, yeah, it's due with the lightning and stuff here in the house. Whatever. Anyway, let's go through the topics first, and then we'll discuss them a little bit better. So topics are the training for the last couple of weeks before your competition, stuff to do around the competition, things that you have to get in order, things you should know, things to be prepared for before you enter the venue. Your um, mental points, your keeping your mental game strong, I guess. D-Day, the day that's everything is gonna happen. Then I'm gonna talk a little bit about my first meet, which was 2 years ago. Uh, Next weekend on the 22nd, I'm having my third meet, Belgium Championships. It's not gonna be a big deal. It's not gonna be record breaking or anything like that. It's just for myself. Um, I have bicepitis since 2 weeks ago, so benching ain't gonna happen or not much. So yeah, that's just how it is. And let's start with the training. Training the weeks before. What I do, and a lot of people that I know do, is we bring the frequency low and the intensity up, up. Um, that's because you have to get to let your body know of the heavy weights to handle, the heavy weights that you're going to handle at the meet, and also to let your body recover. As for me, before I start to peak, I train 5 times a week, and then once the peak starts, it's gonna be 4 times a week, then 3 times a week. Um, you build up, start to do heavy triples, then heavy doubles, and then the 2 weeks, when you're 2 weeks out, you do 3 singles with your opener. That's what I do. You find your opener, and you just work with that, see how it feels. Then you can still adjust it on the competition itself. The whole point is to make sure you're recovered and to make sure you hit in those heavier weights. The last week is like for me, Monday. Monday I'm gonna squat, bench, and deadlift. Last time, just do my warm up and hit my opener once, and that's it. Just to groove it in there a little bit more, and then I'm going to rest because Saturday is the competition. I'm going to stretch, do some extra mobility to see if that bicepitis uh, might reduce or stop or heal or whatever. Um, then a little bit of an important point is to take care of yourself, of your health and your body because you're peaking, you're at the highest level of performance that your body has ever been at before. So you're gonna be a very easy prey for sickness like flu, uh, any kind of infection, stuff like that, because you're constantly pushing your body and yourself to a new limit. Uh, you know, it's gonna be very easy for you to be sick. My first competition 2 years ago, I'm gonna say it already because I'm not gonna keep with, since we're at it anyway. At my first competition, I had a infection in my nose. My nose was swollen and as red as my T-shirt. Could have been a dwarf or Rudolph. Um, so that those things are you have to take that into consideration for your optimal performance on that day. Last year on my second competition, um, my back gave out the week before, like at the stage I'm at right now. I think that's due to stressing out too much, overthinking things too much. Probably at the same level where you're at right now, Colin. Just thinking too much, thinking you're not good enough, thinking you're supposed to do this and that, comparing yourself to other guys, so that kind of stuff, and that just locked up my back. I was afraid that lift wasn't gonna happen, or I wasn't gonna get a PR or whatever, and that the whole year of training would go down the drain. So thankfully it wasn't, but yeah, you never know. That's the point of training. This is gonna be a long video, I guess. All right, stuff to do before you actually compete and things you can prepare for, things that you can get done with 2 weeks, a week before, and stuff you don't have to worry about the day itself. Because the more you do before, the less you have to remember and keep yourself occupied with outside of the lifting at the day itself. So competition. So know your commands. You said you're going to compete in the USAPL. I suggest you go to their website and read up all the commands, practice it. And now that you still have a couple of weeks, let your coach or your training partner or whatever do the commands for you. Just get into it. The unrack, the squat, the rack, all those commands. Just do them at training. The more you do stuff like that, the more of the advantage is gonna be, because it sucks after you've had that PR squat that you've been dreaming about, and you just start to walk it back in before the judge says rack. Yeah, it's not gonna count. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Okay, that's the first point. The first thing. Second thing is pack your bag. Like after your last training session, pack your bag the day after or whatever. Just go through the stuff you might need. Your belt, your deadlift slippers, your squat shoes, your singlet, your t-shirt that is allowed in the meet, towels, chalk, baby powder, uh, toe clipper, toe cutter, whatever you call it. Anything that you think you might need, you put it in your bag. Then 2 days out, you open your bag and you recheck things, because your mind is going to be working in the meantime, and you're going to still find things that you forgot, and then you still have time to put it. So a week out, you pack your bags 2 days before your meet is due. Sounds like a recipe before your meet is due. 2 days before you go and compete, you check your bag again and see if you really have everything, or if you actually missed something. So that's a good tip actually, because knowing myself, I would forget my deadlift shoes, my squat shoes, and my belt probably. Stand there with a towel. All right. Third point in that thing is food. Make a lot of food. Don't worry about weigh-ins and this and that. Don't worry about weigh-ins. Weigh-ins doesn't really matter at our level because we're not top of the mountain yet. Um, so just make food that is easily digestible. Is what I prefer because nobody wants to deadlift or squat with a overfull stomach and vomit everything out on stage. That would kind of suck. So do that. Make what I always take is pasta, grinded up beef, lots of Gatorade, lots of fluids. Yeah, lots of fluids, and take more than you think that you're gonna need to have because meat might take forever. My first meet we didn't finish till 11 at night, so and I was there from 9 in the morning. So it's a long day. You have to take care of yourself. It's the day that you've been preparing for all year practically. You're gonna have to perform at the highest level you've ever done before. So you have to make sure you take care of yourself. If you have somebody to help you around with those stuff, if your coach is going, if your wife is going, let them carry a food bag around. Just go to them and ask for food or water or whatever, so you don't have to carry everything around with you. Um, the more the more stress you can get off of your head that day, the better. I know it sounds a bit selfish, but in a way, it is. And yeah, you just have to take that day for yourself. You've been training all this while for that day. You're gonna perform the best you've done, hopefully, normally, on that day. So you just gotta be a little bit selfish, I guess. Okay, mental preparation. The third topic. Um, I've come to peace with the things that you've said before. I mean, in your last video, that considering my age and weight, I should be lifting twice as much. People with 100 pounds less on their frame than me are outlifting me. So that was kind of frustrating last year, 2 years ago. But I'm just gonna go in now and lift for myself. I train for myself. I train by myself. I'm gonna compete for myself and by myself. Um, Probably gonna get some PRs. Um, and then I'm gonna see what I've worked for all year. So, except for bench press, because that bicep making excuses here, guys. But it is what it is. Just be yourself and compete for yourself. Yeah, that's what I would say. Don't mind other people. Nobody's gonna mind much about you. So, of course, people are gonna support you. They're gonna be happy for you. But at the end of the day, they're all also just competing against themselves, unless they're at the top and they really have to win a prize or whatever. Most of us don't really do that. The next point on that mental game is you need to focus on your last attempts. Your last attempts is what is gonna be in the back of your mind. Don't worry much about your first and your second attempt. I'm gonna elaborate on that a little bit more in a bit, but the reason why you're going there are those last three attempts: your last squat, your last bench, and your last deadlift. So keep those in mind. Everything else, just let it be. All right, don't be discouraged disappointed or nervous about the first two attempts. They don't really matter as much. The last one is the one that matters. So, next topic point is D-Day, the day when it all happens. My thing is that I will always show up early. I would normally be there an hour or two before my weigh itself and just chill, get to know the environment. You have the advantage that you already know the environment, but still, I do think there's going to be a different atmosphere there. Places, things are going to be shifted around a bit to make place. Um, just show up early, get yourself accustomed to the settings, to the place, the atmosphere, kind of music they're playing. I don't know. There's gonna be something where you're not comfortable with, and just be there to get used to it. Um, show respect to the judges, the fellow competitors, people that organize a meet. Um, if a judge or judges decide to red flag you on attempts, don't start to grumble to them or whatever. Just be humble. I know you are, but sometimes it can be a little frustrating. You try, or you're convincing yourself that you're squatting below par, but the judge decided otherwise. Just let it be. Let it slide. Um, yeah, that's what I try to do myself. Okay, now a little bit about the attempts, like I talked about a little bit earlier. Let's talk about the attempts. The first attempt, make it light. Make sure you pass your first attempts. Squat, bench, and deadlift. Make sure you pass it. Um, make it easy on yourself. Consider it as a last warm up set. The second attempt, make it a small PR. You know what you can do. Make it a very small PR, 2 pounds higher than what you can do, but make sure you get it. It's going to be a serious mental boost for your third and final attempt. The attempt that I said before matters the most. That's the attempt you're going to go all out. Because you did two attempts already, you know the feel of the day, you know what you could guess what you still have in the tank, but you still have left, and just go for it. If it's a 10-pound PR, if it's a 20-pound PR, if it's a 30-pound PR, make it count, make it happen. Um, that's what you got. You've worked for it, so third attempt is the one that counts. Make it count us. All right, the next step, relax, enjoy being there, enjoy being in between the other lifters, talk with everybody, learn from them, because everybody has different opinions. People are gonna agree or disagree with this video. This is just my opinion. Everybody has their own. People have their own experiences, and I would love to listen and learn, blend it into my preparation for the next meet, whatever. Just be there. You're there amongst your peers, like-minded people. Normally, I mean, not everybody is gonna agree with you on everything on the same level, but at least they're all power lifters. They know what you're talking about. They all know what you're going through. Um, there's probably gonna be some guys that you know. You're gonna hang out with them, help each other out in the warm up area. That's just awesome. I find powerlifting to be a great place to be with. Everybody is helping everybody. It's not pre-judgmental setting everybody trains for himself, yet they show much more team spirit and respect than in some team sports. Yes. Also, that day, your competition day, you're there for yourself. Don't compare yourself with the world champion that might be there, the local champion that is there, um, guys that are half your size that outlift you. Um, Maybe those guys have been training for 20 years and you and I are there for 4 or 5. So that does make a difference, even though I always say size doesn't matter in powerlifting that much because strong is strong, and there are plenty of guys that are 50 pounds lighter than me that outlift me in any lift that they want on any day of the week. But I just see it like this: if they have been training for 10 years plus, look at it as Michael Jordan being at the peak of his on the height of his career, and Kobe Bryant being 5 years old, starting to play ball. Kobe is gonna get to that level too. It just takes time. So we have patience. Be patient. Don't expect to break any kind of record there. If you do, it's awesome. But lift for yourself and break your own records. A little bit about my first meet, but I talked about it before already. So it was an hour and a half drive away. I was there early morning. My wife and my eldest son was there. The youngest one wasn't born yet. We were lucky. There was like a tropical swimming pool, like near the venue, so they went for a swim most of the day. And I'm there stressing myself out because it kept taking time. I think we started 3 hours past the time that they said we were gonna start. So it's a little bit frustrating, a little bit stressful. I was uh, all droozy, I guess, with the painkillers, that infection in my nose and all the stuff. I had tendinitis there too, bicepitis. Um, yeah, it's like it's gonna come back again this year, so that sucks. Um, yeah. Then it took forever. I saw some awesome guys lift. Man, what's up with my English? I saw some awesome guys, strong guys lift, and they inspired me. They helped me out a lot. They cheered for me. I did a 370-pound squat, I guess, and everybody was cheering. I said it was a new record. That's awesome. That's something you are probably gonna experience also. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to motivate you to continue to do meets. Me myself, I decided for myself to do one meet a year. I love to build my strength more instead of to test it. Also due to my work schedule and all other things, I don't have that much choice. Just let me have one competition in a year, and I'm satisfied. I'll see. I'll try to plan it, or normally it comes up around the same period of the year, so I have a good sight of how much progress I made in a year. If if the way I trained that year made any sense, if it made any progress, any gain. So from there, I'll just adjust stuff, things I need to do more, and then I have an entire year to work towards the next competition again. So that's it. All right, Colin. I hope info. It's a long video. I'm sorry, but just wanted to